TheRippStixx podcast. Boys, we just hopped off the jet.
Right in. It's called a plane.
It's called a... I don't even know what a jet is.
It's called a jet, bro.
It's called a plane.
It's got wings and jet engines. It's called a jet.
It's called a plane.
It's called a plane if you have knowledge.
Bro, how are we supposed to convince people we're like flossing? You got to do what like the other internet people do and be like, hey, man, we just got off a jet.
Well, just be you.
Nah, bro, we were all on there.
You don't have to be like other people. You have to be like you.
We were on the beach, hopped on the jet,
The plane.
came back home. Now we're talking to our audience. What do you think about that? Man, less than enthusiastic RippStixx.
We're all tired.
I'm hungry.
It is Wednesday, April 24th, 2024. We just got back. Lincoln, where were we at?
And something. And sorry. Anna Maria Island, Florida.
Anna Maria Island, Florida, which prior to 2 weeks ago, I had no idea even existed. And I got to tell you what, man, it's a nice place. It's a nice place. Where do we want to start?
Link locker room talk.
Bro, we're talking about the vacation. This whole podcast, the whole
When
point
we
of
even
it.
got there.
Say what?
When we even got there, like what we thought it was gonna be like.
Was that English? I don't even know what you just said.
He's like,
No, but I don't know what I don't know what you mean. You mean like, what did you think when you got there?
Yeah.
Well, you know, your mom is all like, oh, I know these. Well, hold on, let me use my mom voice.
I know all these bloggers that they live there and it's the greatest thing ever. And I want to go and I want to go. I want to go.
And I was like, sure, whatever. All right, let's go. We got there, and guess what? I think it's where we're going to retire. I just had a conversation at work where somebody very important asked me, what would it take for you to leave this job? And I said, well, it would take something really nice. And after being at this place for 4 days, 5 days, however long we were there for, I will tell you for sure, if I could figure out a way to live there, I would leave tomorrow. I wouldn't even come back. What about you guys?
Same.
We looked at the school. School looked awesome.
But we don't know the school hours.
I'm pretty sure they're the same as your school hours.
Then I'm not going there.
Why not?
Our school hours are so long.
Bro, you go to the same. You go to the
We have
amount of
8
school.
hours.
Dude, first off, stop banging. Second off, you don't have 8 hours.
It's 8 hours.
It's not 8 hours.
Yeah, it is.
8 hours if you include bus.
And
Buses
it's not even
sucks.
8 hours if you include bus.
So what is
Because
it?
you get home before 4 and you leave after 8.
Wait, let's see. So we leave at 8:07.
Dude, you do the same amount of school as anybody else does. But let's talk about vacation. Let's talk about the flight first. What'd you think about the flight?
I don't really like flight.
Not good.
Wait, what?
I hate riding on planes.
Okay.
Same.
Okay. We can get over the phobia part of planes and whatever nonsense you guys are talking about. We drove to Newcastle, Delaware. We parked in a parking lot and got on a plane in like 25 minutes. I've never seen anything like it. If I could fly everywhere out of that airport, I would. It
I
was so
wouldn't.
small.
I would fly the
Well,
one. that
I'll
we
tell
went
you
to
this,
Las
I'll tell you
Vegas.
this.
One terminal, and when I say one terminal, I mean one terminal, one spot, meaning there is one flight at a time.
I'll tell you this. This is better than Philadelphia, but I just don't like.
I like
I
the
hate
one.
chewing gum. That's why I don't. That's why I don't have to chew.
I like the.
I don't even. I don't stop. It's
Dweeb.
cringe.
I like the one that we went for Las Vegas.
I hated that one.
That one was the best.
How could you say that? First off, we were on the
Because they give you
same.
food.
Okay, they give you some crappy crackers. we drove down there. We got on a plane.
We
The
didn't eat
security
anything.
was easy. We walked out onto the runway. We got into a giant plane. We flew no problems. We landed in Sarasota, got our bags. We were in the rental car. From the time we arrived at the airport in Newcastle to the time we were in our rental car driving down the highway, it wasn't even 3 hours. That's perfect for me. So we get down there, we get a rental car. What do you think about the rental car?
I liked it. I would take it over Mom's Honda.
What?
I'd take it all day.
Dude, it was much smaller.
I don't care. Mom's Honda has that smell. It makes me sick to my stomach.
Oh, that's just crap. That's what happens when you leave jackets and shoes and tissues and bags and more bags, more shoes and stuff for Goodwill and umbrellas
And perfume stuff.
and wrapping paper
Use perfume.
and
whatever it is. Makeup.
skin products and
Dad, okay.
napkins
Okay, Dad.
Can we just go back to the podcast?
and wet paper and
Okay, Dad.
shopping bags. Do you want me to stop? That's why Mom's car, if there's a smell, why it smells like that.
There's no smell.
Okay. All right. So we get into the rental car. The drive was exactly 14 miles, I think, from the airport to Anna Maria Island. It was kind of interesting because you first drive through what reminded me of like driving from like Woodstown to Monroeville. It was like insert Deliverance music. And then you are clearly at the water and you can go over one of 3 bridges to go into Anna Maria Island. And then once we got on the island, what was your first impression?
Hot.
That was your first. We were still in the car.
Oh, that.
But it came from the window.
My first impression is it looks like Blogger Central.
So what do you mean by that?
The houses, because when I sit with Mom and like do that kind of stuff, like read books or something, she's always on the phone, and the bloggers that live there, that's what they look like. And then right when I saw it, I'm like, this looks like Blogger City.
What about you, Frank? When you got on the island, what was the first thing that ran through your head?
Beautiful.
Yeah, man, that's what I thought.
Because I saw the water a little, and
And when you saw the water, you were like, whoa, that's not the same color water that
it
we
was
have.
preteen.
Yeah.
Preteen is way more dirtier.
Yeah. And I was trying to explain to Mom, not that she doesn't know, but the reason why the Gulf of Mexico water is so clear like that is because there isn't as much swell and undertow. So like there's nothing stirring the water up as much. Unless of course there's a storm and then it turns brownish. But man, when I got on that island, the first thing that ran through my head was, holy crap, this looks and feels like the Bahamas. I couldn't believe it. It was palm trees everywhere. The way the houses were, the color of the houses. I loved as you got to the center of Anna Maria Island, there were houses that were on the inlet. Like they had inlets there, kind of like Delaware. But then the house was only like 50 feet from the ocean too. It was crazy. But, all right, so we get there and then we pull up to our place. What'd you think about our place?
I mean,
What?
It was fine.
Bro.
It was good.
Trying to find my boo. All right, so I'll describe our place.
so it was kind of small.
It was very small, but it was right on the beach. You realize I didn't wear things on my feet.
I just wore Crocs or nothing.
I would walk out of the front door in my bare feet directly onto the ocean in the sand. It was unbelievable. I loved it.
The only thing I would wear was bare feet or Crocs.
The house was right on the beach. It was small. It was like a 1-bedroom, probably about 800 square feet. And the boys slept on this big couch, which was a really nice fold-out couch. It folded out different than like a standard fold-out couch. It was kind of weird. But man, I loved it. I loved it. It was great. The sand.
It kind of reminded me of thin
I don't
snow.
know. I don't know where my sand is.
Mom's got your sand. The sand was like in between flour and sugar. Like the size of it, it wasn't as fine as powder.
It crunches like snow, like when you...
Okay, all right. And then the water.
Unbelievable.
I mean, the water's just crystal clear.
In a good way.
I mean, you walk out to your neck and you can just look down and go, oh, there's my feet.
And
there's
you,
fish.
And you can just... You can go as far as you want because it's so shallow.
So shallow. So what did you guys do on the water?
We found amazing shells and some sand dollars
And fish.
And fish.
You guys found 2 absolutely pristine, mint condition sand dollars, which I had to pack with a lot of care. They are extremely fragile, and they got home in one piece. We also found these clamshells that look like standard clamshells, but when the outside part of it is almost like leopard skin, and it's polished, almost like you polished it with nail polish. And then there were these like spiky oyster shells that had like spikes growing out of them.
And remember last podcast I told we'll get 4 conchs? And we did.
We did.
Exactly 4.
We got 2 pretty good, like palm-sized conchs.
I still regret the one we put back in the ocean.
And Franklin found the most pristine,
Fresh.
maybe the most pristine conch I have ever seen. And all we have is pictures of it. I tried
Because there was a conch in it.
I tried getting that thing out of there, man. He was stronger than I was. I felt like I was going to rip his foot off. Your conch was like this amber color. Again, like it was polished. And it was beautiful. I wanted to keep it forever.
We could use like a fork and like stab it very gently. Then then we'll take it out.
So, so you wanted to stab it gently to get it out? That probably would have worked. Well, Frank, listen, I watched videos on YouTube of how to get those things out. And most people were like, oh, here you go. You take a knife, you shove it in there, you peel it out, then you chop its head off. And I was like, I don't want to do that.
I would.
I know. But what we
Just
did
to
was
keep that.
we tried for half a day. And then we said, you know what, buddy? You earned this shell. And then we threw them back in the water.
And then Lincoln found
I
a
digged them
green.
Oh, yeah. What were those? What was that called?
I don't
Well,
know.
wait a minute. Who found the one that we kept?
Me.
You found that long, like polished one?
Yeah. It felt like a fake shell,
Yeah. Some of these definitely look like fake shells,
but they're real.
but they are real. I don't remember what that one was
Lincoln
called.
found like a green one and it had
Yeah.
one in it.
Lincoln found a really good green one. It was a grain, but it had a dude living in it. But you guys could have done that like all day.
If you told me I had to do that for the rest of my life, then I would.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, of course, you have to go to sleep.
No.
I don't know, man. And I was perfectly content with sitting just how I'm sitting right now, watching you guys going, hey guys, how's it going? How's it going? Doing a great job. Man.
And I found it was so usually finding sand dollars is really hard,
Very.
but when we found so much, we thought it was just like a hobby.
Yeah, there's no way you find sand dollars around us because the surf is so heavy that it just breaks them. Like the one that you guys got, I can't remember. I think it was maybe Lincoln who caught the first one.
The first full one.
It was so thin. I mean, if you dropped it on the ground, it would shatter. I feel.
One time I almost found like a full, but it had like a little piece out of it. And then I tried to swim with it. I don't know why. I'm so dumb. And if it broke right apart.
Yeah. What about the fish? Fish everywhere.
I was like literally like 1 centimeter away from touching one.
How about, let's back up for a second. When we first got there, we went, because we had some time before we had to get into our place, we went to this pier, and it was on the bay, and it was this long pier, probably 800 feet out, but not high, like maybe 4 feet off the water, 5 feet off the water. We go out there, and there's these full-size pelicans, full size, just standing there. Like you walk right up to them and pet them. We have a picture of Franklin petting a pelican. And the funniest thing I've seen in a long time was before Franklin pet the pelican, we were sitting there, I don't know, maybe 10 feet away from this pelican. And all of a sudden, the pelican turns and looks at Franklin and starts running right towards Franklin. And we thought the pelican was going after Franklin, but he was actually just running to a guy that was behind us who had just caught a fish, and he was just running over there to see if the guy would give him the fish. They were like dogs. You could put like a collar around them and walk them around. It's crazy, but that was really beautiful.
Mm-hmm. We also went to good food places.
Yeah, we did. We did. Do we want to talk about that? You want to talk about breakfast?
Yeah.
No.
It was one of the most, it was best.
What was the first breakfast place we ate at?
Victoria's.
We ate at a place called Victoria's. And they were slower than molasses. If you could just say south, it was south. But it was good.
It was like if you came in, ordered, and then another person came in, ordered, the other person's food would come out. And
I got a bacon, egg and cheese sandwich on sourdough, homemade sourdough, which was very good. And then I had these potatoes that were, oh my God, they were so good. Lincoln, what did you have?
I had it was like an egg, sausage, cheese, and then it had like this tomato, pepper sauce. No,
Oh, right, the red pepper aioli.
red pepper aioli on it. It was great. It was probably the best breakfast I had all trip.
Okay, what did you have, Frank?
I originally had pancakes, but I really didn't like them as much because, to be honest, they were like very, very cakey.
Oh yeah, your pancakes, they were almost like a cornbread.
It was like a cornbread but pancake, and Mom got waffles, and I tried her waffles. They were better than the pancake.
So that place was pretty good. And yeah, so we did that. I don't even remember, where did we eat dinner the first night?
Slims.
Oh, right. So listen to this, guys. We go to
Slim
this
steak
place.
shots were good.
Come on. They were. You're right.
They were crisp.
We go to this place, Slim's. Walking distance from our place.
Philadelphia.
Philly guys. They advertise. They have every Philadelphia game on, which they did. You walk in there, and Flyers, Temple, Villanova, Sixers, Phillies, Eagles. I mean, it's just all over the place. And what's cool is there were people. We got there right before the Phillies game started, right before the Sixers game started, and there were old guys that were walking in there and sitting at the bar that were saying, "Hey, can you please turn the Phillies game on?" So you knew that there were people that retired down there that go there to watch the game, because it's not just a normally televised game for down there. And so that was great. But let's talk about, and I'm holding up air quotes, the Philly food, bro. You know what it was? It was like this. It was a joke.
The pretzel was good.
Dude, the pretzel.
Pretzel
Okay,
didn't
so
even
hold on.
take. Hold on.
We
The
paid
pret-
$9.99, $9.99 for what was said to be 2 Philadelphia pretzels. I even heard the one waitress say, "Oh, we have these flown in." Get the heck out of here.
I mean,
She's
they-
just saying that for.
I mean, they were. I mean, they were good, but they didn't taste like Philly.
I mean, they were good for cheese sauce.
Here's what they were. They went like this. They went, okay. Oh, let me find my thing. Do I even have? All right, here it is. It's, what is this sound? Oh, I don't even know what that is. Where is? Hold on.
The beep.
Where is the?
Beep.
All right, just don't even use it. Just,
The beep is go that
Oh,
way.
here we go. Hold on. Nope, that wasn't it either.
No, the beep is that way. The beep
This way.
that way, and it's a pink at the bottom.
This one. Oh, that's just sensor.
Oh.
That doesn't come up. You know what I noticed, Franklin? That beep, like we hear a really loud audible beep when we go like this. Mm-hmm. We don't hear that on the thing. It's literally like a sensor. So like if you said a bad word, I'd press that. But anyway, this is what they did. They took two, if you want to call them pretzels, out of the freezer. They threw them in the microwave. They tasted like a bread. It was a joke.
That was at waste.
It was a total waste of $10. So then I go, I'm looking at their thing and I'm like, you know what, man? I don't like Amorosa rolls, which they have flown in. I didn't trust after the pretzel. I didn't trust like their cheesesteak.
And
or
they
anything.
also at the tables.
My burger
the
was
top. The top of the tables had like Philly things.
Yeah, they did.
Ours was like
So I go,
my
I'm going to
burger's
get
good.
a fried buffalo chicken sandwich. It was the worst sandwich I've ever paid for.
well, which is better, Slims
Dad.
or Grub?
Slims.
Grub.
Oh!
So other than that,
Well, Grub was
apparently
what?
what you guys ate was good. Mine was absolutely
Oh wait,
horrible.
before you move on, me and Mom always get like the best food there, and you get always like the worst food. You get like that brisket, like or like some like barbecue type. Me and Mom always get like the burger or something like that. And
Because he likes barbecue.
yeah, but like you always get like the worst thing on the menu. I feel like
No, I don't.
when we go to Capitol Grill, me and Mom get the best thing. You get like the worst thing.
Bro, what are you talking about?
He gets a steak. That's good.
Bro, I get a crab cake, ribeye, wedge salad, lobster something or other. The heck are you talking about?
Lobster mac and cheese.
Hey, dude, look at me. Get a clue. All right, dude. But I will say this. With my sandwich came these tater tots, which were amazing.
They were better than skinny.
Which apparently they had flown in.
So then after that, we walk right out and we go to this
Ice cream place.
this creamery that had what's that Italian ice cream called?
Gelato.
Gelato. There you go. And it was like it was. I got mint, and it tasted like
Cardboard.
man. I guess it was probably natural. Like it tasted like it was actual mint leaf ice cream.
That's good.
It's not. It's not what you would like, believe me. So that was off. With that being said,
the
though,
mint ice cream you make tastes like mint leaf.
the heck out of here.
It tastes like mint
I
leaf.
make the best ice cream. What are you talking about? So even though this trip sounds bad so far, it was still great. We loved it. We loved walking around. Woke up the next day
There's only like 3 bad
We
food places.
went to Ginny's.
and we went to Ginny's.
That was
And
the
that
highlight.
was a home run. So we walked. I almost didn't even want to go there because it looked like an antique shop. And your mother's the worst at describing things. She's like, "Oh, it's like a knick-knack shop, but I think they sell food too."
It's like a knick-knack shop, but I think they sell food too.
So I'm like, all right, we'll go. So we walk in there, and the first thing I see is a cinnamon bun the size of my butt cheek. Am I lying?
No.
It was huge. I said, "Holy crap!"
They were budgies.
And it was $6. And they do look like butt cheeks. And it was only $6. Let me tell you something. When you go to these shishi foo donut places where they're like, "Oh, we custom make donuts, and you could, we got these different flavors. You can have like bacon, chocolate, whatever, and they cost $5 for a donut that tastes like a donut." This thing, you could have eaten this thing. The entire family could eat this cinnamon roll. Am I lying?
About the butt cheek, yes, but
Okay, about the size of the cinnamon roll though. It was enormous.
it's probably as big as your head.
I have an abnormally large head, so yes, I would agree. It was so big and it was delicious. And I had a sausage, egg, and cheese sandwich on a biscuit, which was great. And I got this thing they just called it a potato casserole, and it was served in like a little ramekin, and it was
That was good.
oh my God, it was so good.
And I had chicken
Yeah.
waffles. It was good. And we
Oh
had
my God, the
sandwich.
chicken and waffles.
When you put it in like a sandwich and then you dip it in the syrup.
Oh my God, it was great.
And we went to-
That was the best. Let me tell you something. That was the best piece because that was chicken breast. That was the best piece of fried chicken breast I think I've ever had.
Yeah, that was good. And we went to this place called The Feast, which is like a seafood.
It really
it's like
upset me.
It's like an Italian pizza seafood place, something like that. I don't know.
It really upset me.
It was good. Like my food was good, but for some reason I was not feeling the pizza.
Your lemonade didn't have a lot of sugar.
Wait a minute. Hold
My
on.
lemonade
What-
was great.
Hold on. No, Frank, you can't do that. Wait a minute. Did we leave Jenny's?
Yeah, we left Jenny's.
Oh, okay. Well, wait a minute. We didn't even. I mean, you guys are on the same page with me, right? The cinnamon roll was unbelievable, right? How many?
I got 3 pancakes.
How many cinnamon rolls did we have the whole week?
Like
3.
4.
I think it was one. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We got 4. Did we get 4?
No, we got 3.
No, plus 1 because Mom got one. Remember?
But wait a minute. Hold on. We ate there Sunday, which was the second morning, right?
Nope.
Then where did we eat breakfast the next morning?
Jenny's.
That's 2.
That's 2.
And then we ate it at today.
But wait a minute. We ate it Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
No, Tuesday we got donuts and we didn't even get.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, Tuesday we got
Okay.
donuts, and those donuts were not hot at all. I wanted
Yeah,
them hot.
they were horrible.
Yeah, they were.
No, I hate when this is what I hate. I hate when like businesses and stuff they like if you don't know what glaze means, it means kind of like it's just kind of like overrating something. They're like, our donuts are the best donuts ever. We've got like 1,000 people coming today and they're really good. And then we go there actually and then they're trash. I'd rather eat
That's
a
right.
trash.
Here's your lesson of the day, right? The internet is filled with lies.
No, but I'm saying like
But listen to me for 1 second. I'm trying to teach you a lesson.
the actual store owner.
I understand that. But the internet is filled with lies. When we looked at that website, it was filled with reviews of people who talked about how good those donuts were.
Well, I think
They showed pictures of what those donuts look like. All lies. Anybody who thought that donut was good must be eating donuts out of a box.
That's where you're supposed to eat them at.
You know what I mean? A donut that you would just like buy out of a box that you like have to open up from a seal or something like that. Or you go to the Acme.
I know, but
Actually, the Acme donuts are better. ShopRite donuts are way better.
But yeah, that was. I liked my Oreo. I needed it a little warmer because they were just making it fresh, but they already had some made like out of the dough. I wish it would have came right out of the oven, but anyway, we were talking about the feast. That was a place I got chicken parm there. It was
All right,
good.
wait a minute. Did we have that? So we went over the breakfast. What did we have lunch at places?
No.
We
don't
had
even
we had
remember.
lunch at Jenny's. That was good. I had a burger.
At the beach, yeah.
I had a burger, and yeah, we already talked about
Oh
that.
yeah, that's when you and Franklin got
We
something.
got
for-
Skinny's. Skinny's was like
yeah. Skinny's was like this.
Skinny's was like the most mid place ever.
Yeah, it was like this old-fashioned, been there forever hamburger joint, which was.
And their
was
hot dogs were so good. I
kinda
usually
dirty.
I don't even eat 2 hot dogs. I only eat 1. And those hot dogs were so good that I ate 2.
I love my burger. It was
I literally had to buy an extra one.
It was on my top 5 for best foods I ate. It was like number 5. That burger was great.
I mean, that burger was like.
No, it wasn't top 5. That was Ginny's burger. This one was like 7 or 6, but this one it was mid. This was like the most mid place of all time.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Kook.
Fries were mid.
Kook is better. Five Guys is better.
Five Guys is better than all the places.
I actually like Kook's the best, to be honest with you.
Kook's is
the
good.
next
Kook's
day-
is good, but they get it a little too salty sometimes.
So
Sometimes my burger's like a flat salt
dinners. We went to a place called.
grub.
Well, no, let's start. What was the first dinner
Feast.
we ate? No, what was the first? Where did we eat the first night?
Slim's
Slim's. Okay, second night.
was the feast.
Was it?
That was the feast.
Okay, second night was this place called The Feast. That was
I got chicken parm.
another
Blogger.
told us to eat there, and
Oh yeah, every time we say blogger, we have to do that.
it was. Listen, I got this lobster and shrimp risotto because we used to make risotto. Me and your mother used to make risotto all the time. It's kind of laborious because you have to keep stirring it and keep stirring it, and you have to keep the liquid at the right amount so that it's hydrated and it doesn't get too soft or get too hard. So I was like, oh my God, I want this. It was okay. And
That pesto might have been better than Carluccio's.
get out of here. You are on drugs.
Actually, get out here.
Well, no, the Carluccio's.
Get out of here.
Carluccio's is better, but this one was pretty good too.
All right, listen. In defense, I didn't taste it. I just looked at it. There's no way.
Yeah, but my chicken parm, I liked it. The only thing is, I feel like they put. I know this is what a chicken parm is, but I feel like they put a little too much cheese on the top. I feel like I could have used a little less cheese, but I know it's a chicken parm, but
Franklin got a white pizza, which I thought was fabulous, and he didn't like it.
I thought it was mid. It was the most mid pizza of all time.
Man, I thought it was pretty good. So,
I didn't like it.
so after that dinner, we went to an ice cream place.
called like Creamery Island.
Yeah, some
Island Creamery.
Yeah, something like Ice Cream Island or something.
That was like the most this trip, but like all the food, this might have been the most mid food I've eaten. Like some of the places, like this is the most mid ice cream.
Yeah, but you know what's funny? I would tend to agree with you. Like the food wasn't out of this world. We had some really good things,
But
we
yeah,
also had some really sus things.
like the grub.
But typically, for me, if we had horrible food on a trip, it would ruin my trip. And this did not ruin my trip.
Yeah, because the beach was so good that the food didn't even ruin any.
Correct.
But what were we talking about? So the ice cream, that was this regular ice cream. Then we went to this place like on on like Tuesday or like the last 2 days called Two Scoops. That was the best ice cream I've ever eaten.
Yeah, Two Scoops is pretty good, and I'm almost positive they rang us up wrong every single time we went there. Because listen, the first night we went to that gelato place, it was $36 for 4 ice creams. The other night we went to that other place. What did we just say it was? Like
Two
the
Scoops.
Island Creamery or
That was
something like
like,
that?
yeah, that was like 18.
No, it wasn't. That was like $37. The first time we went to Two Scoops, we got bigger ice creams, and it was $18. And I looked at Mom and I said, he rung that up wrong. And he was like, nope, $18. I was like, okay, here you go, buddy. But I can't be right. And then the next night we went back
Got the same thing.
and we got the same exact thing, and it was $20.
And it was the same guy.
So I'm pretty sure they just have no idea what they're doing. But it was
Well,
really good.
Yeah, and
Really good mint
we
ice cream.
went. What else did we go? I don't remember.
Grub.
Oh yeah, Grub was that. That was a huge.
Wah, wah.
That was
Another
Blogger. Blogger.
No, I don't think this is a blogger.
I thought it was.
No, I said, Mom, this smells really good. I want to go here tonight. I thought it'd be like a mac and cheese burger joint, and this.
But he said tropical.
This is what grub was.
He said tropical barbecue. It said tropical barbecue.
You know what
I
their
did
food
not
was?
understand.
Their food was a joke.
And guess what? How was your It was packed the last time you saw.
And people look like they were.
People must have not. I mean,
No. People.
I got some ribs. They
It's
were
either we're picky eaters
okay.
or it was good.
My pulled pork had like the cold. I didn't like the sauce on top. I feel like the pork was in.
It was like a sweet. It was almost like a watered down. It was almost like barbecue sauce watered down with pineapple juice.
I would have rather eaten dinner at 2 Scoops.
Yeah, me too. It was very disappointing.
Here's the
very
thing.
disappointing.
The service and the waitress and like the people there is 5. The atmosphere is 5 because I like the TVs on the top and stuff like that and it looked cool. But the food was like a 2 or 1.
Guys, are you forgetting something that we didn't even talk about?
What?
I know what you're gonna say. I was gonna bring it up next.
Dolphin tour.
Yeah, so we ended up going on a dolphin tour. And you know what you take for granted? We see dolphins all the time.
Like on the beach.
I said
Like all the
I
time.
said, Mom, can we do a Nancy Canal?
And you could tell some of those people. I mean, there was maybe 10 people on that boat, maybe. You could tell some of those people had never seen a dolphin in their entire life.
Yeah, and the dolphins came right back up, and we're like, "This is not really even that cool at all." Like, it was.
I mean, listen,
like,
it was cool because they came right up to the boat.
Like it was cool, but like we're like in Brigantine, they pass by regularly, like every day.
And when we went on this thing, we were in the bay, and
Tampa Bay.
there was this
No golfing, man.
That's all
island that was called Jewfish Island.
And it was so pretty there.
I can't even describe this. It is an island. There's nothing on it except 9 houses.
And I wish we saw a manatee there because this was like the manatees. The guy said that manatees
They're having their babies.
they
and
like shallow waters, warm waters, shallow water, warm water, and Florida seagrass. This had all of it. And I'm surprised we didn't.
But can we just describe? So the Jewfish Island, I think they said was 34 acres. It had 9 residences on there. There's nothing on this island. There's no roads.
and
Hold on for a second.
How do
There's
you even-
nothing on it. You can only get to it by a boat. I don't know how they got electric out there or water or what, but just the logistics of building these giant houses on this tiny island is amazing. And the island is surrounded by like this pure white sand reef
I'd be scared if I was
where
alone.
it's like boats just pull up to it and it's like 3 feet of water and people just get out and like party there. I mean, it was amazing. Could you even imagine living there?
yeah,
You're on your own island.
I can imagine.
Yeah, well, this guy.
You could be the only family on the island.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
I mean, it's got to be out of this world. You go, oh, you know what? Drats, I forgot the milk. You walk out, you get on your boat. That was me starting the boat. You get on the boat, drive inland, dock your boat,
Get in the car.
get out, walk to the store, get your, who's making that noise? Can
Not
you please
me.
stop it? Get on the boat, drive back, got your milk. I couldn't even imagine it.
That'd be hard and stupid.
I would do it in a second, though. We got to see a big sailboat come in too, right near Jewfish Island. They have a what do you call that? A drawbridge, where a big sailboat was coming in from the Gulf of Mexico, from a voyage. It looked like, and they had to stop traffic and lift it up. It was pretty cool.
This is so long about talking about our vacation that we haven't even done the wheel yet.
Yeah, I don't even know that we have to do the wheel.
Yeah. This might just be like a Florida podcast.
Can we just do like 1 spin, 2 spin, 3 spin?
Well, let's just wrap up the vacation. So I absolutely loved
All right,
it.
so
Rate it out of 10.
Rate it out of 10. I give this vacation an 8.9.
I would give it a 9.5 out of 10.
I get an 8.9.
I give it a 9 just because like Some of the places that I expected were good were not like rough.
I think like I actually give it an 8.8. I love the water. I love the beach. Love the dolphin tour and stuff. The only thing is the food. Like if all the food was really good, then it would have been a 10. But I feel like the food and the flight messed it up.
Well, listen. Well, first off, there was absolutely nothing wrong with the flight. You could not have gotten a better flight. Second off, the food. We're making it sound like the food was horrible. The food wasn't horrible, and we ran out of time. There were so many little places to eat
and go
that
and
we just didn't have time.
Yeah,
Here's what I'm going to say though.
I want to go on the manatee tour.
This is what we'll do that next time. We'll definitely do that next time. But that's on kayaks.
Yeah.
Here's what I'll say though. This trip, I think it completely changed. My life a little bit.
How?
Because
now Dad wants to live there.
I think
I knew it. I called it right here.
I'm gonna figure out a way
I called it.
to get a house there.
I want to live there.
Remember last podcast I said I have a feeling that we're gonna get down there and say, and your guys are gonna say like, oh yeah, we should buy a house.
I want to buy a house there.
Yeah, but here's the thing, man. We could sell both of our houses
and just go down there and live.
and go down there and live. And I would have to find just a totally different job.
We had to start a family business.
Well, we could do that. Maybe if this podcast gets big enough and you start handing out business cards and start repping this podcast, maybe we could start making some cheddar.
I am
All
not
right.
handing
So
out business
closing
cards.
out the
But hold
vacation.
on. We
have
could
75.
definitely live down there.
Yep.
We could sell everything and live
That's
down
how
there.
good it was.
But here's another option.
That is how good.
Here's
it was.
another option. We could also live in Brigantine and buy this place for the winter. Because you guys are going to be out of school in no time. And me and your mother will be by ourselves.
You guys are gonna go down there. Oh man! All right,
I would go down there all winter. Could you imagine having Christmas there?
Oh, that'd be beautiful. But
I don't like
in
that.
the water. We went. This was like day 2. This giant sawfish.
Oh,
it was
literally- I
it was
almost
like
touched it.
it was like about 3 feet, 2
Yeah.
feet. It came up swimming really really fast, and it was coming for this guy, and then the guy moved, but the sawfish kept going. I saw it going underwater, and it looked like this straight
Mom,
thing with like a giant.
Our mom
Friggin'
said to go get it and see what it looks like. And I saw the saw on it. I'm like, no, I'm not going to touch that.
Yeah, you wouldn't have got that.
And yeah, but these are the things that we have to do next time. Definitely go to more places. Go to the manatee tour.
Yep. I heard there was a good manatee tour in Siesta Key.
Yeah, 'cause
Yep.
that manatee.
And
That's what, when we bought it, this trip, right when we bought it, me and Mom were gonna book a manatee. We were gonna book a $50 kayak manatee tour at the same exact place, and she's like, "No, I'll do it down here, and we'll figure out everything down there." I really regret that because we could have went on that thing.
all right, so the wheel.
All right, so the vacation was perfect. We will definitely be going back. Why are we doing the wheel? I didn't think we were going to
No,
do
let's
the wheel.
do.
No wheel. How about we just do like an up? Like
How-
an up. How about we do what we want?
How about we do one spin and then end the podcast?
Well, I want to talk about Link Soccer and the NBA playoffs.
Well, if it lands.
No.
Do it again. We don't have to do horoscope.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
This day in history.
No.
I think I know.
All right, fine. No matter what, I'm going to talk about the NBA playoffs at the end because that's good.
Why don't we just do it right now? So the Phillies are on a roll. They lost yesterday.
Phillies are on roll. They're 15-9.
15-9. They play the Reds again tonight.
The thing that's so surprising is that their record is better than the Dodgers. Dodgers are 14-11.
Bro, you're gonna realize
Phillies
it
are
doesn't
15-9.
It doesn't. It matters about the team and how the team gels.
But
It doesn't matter about how many
Shohei and
superstars you have.
But
If it did, the Dodgers would have won every year for the last 4 years. So the Phillies are actually pretty entertaining because they're scoring runs.
Bryce
Now
Harper.
let's talk about the Sixers.
Sixers stink.
The Sixers actually lost both of those games.
Well, no. The last game that they played, Maxey, Nick Nurse, he called a timeout when Dante and them were going for
But
the
can
ball.
you back up though? I mean, both games the Sixers lost big leads.
Yeah, well, the Sixers, the first game, I get it. I get why the Knicks won. They started scoring at the end. And you're going to yell at me for this probably, but the last game was rigged. It was rigged. The whole entire
Well,
game.
first off, it's not rigged.
Yes, it is.
Here's what should have happened. When they made that basket, Nick should have called a timeout. Because that would have meant they didn't have to inbound the ball under the basket. They would have inbounded close to half court, where you're not afraid of getting trapped in the corner or on the sideline like Tyrese did. Second, Tyrese, what the heck are you doing?
He just passed
He
it to
thought
him.
Lowry was going to get it. And Embiid
He thought
should've
Lowry
ran
was
his-
going to get it. He fell on the ground like his big brother Embiid. Okay, he fell on the ground and he just rolled the ball
He should've-
away from himself.
Nurse called a timeout right when he fell down.
Bro, but guess what? Maxie didn't know that. Maxie didn't roll the ball because he thought Nick Nurse called a timeout.
No, Maxie should have called a timeout. Maxie should have called a
Okay,
timeout.
yeah.
And another thing
We know what he
is-
should have done? He should have held on to the ball.
And no, another thing is, when Hartenstein got that big rebound at the end, they should have fouled him. He could have gone to the line. He's probably going to miss like 2. And then
8
got
points
the
in
rebound.
25 seconds. They stink. They're cooked.
Well, no, they got 2 home games. They got
They're going to
go back.
lose 4-1, maybe 4-2.
I don't know. Well, Suns, they're down 2-0. I think they win the next 2 games at home, but then I think the Timberwolves will just own the series by then and win the rest. Celtics, they're 0-1. Obviously, I think they'll win in 5, something like that. Maybe 4.
Do you want to even do this day in history? Let's do it.
No. What is it?
Frank, we're done with the wheel.
All right.
So that's what we got going on.
And wait, hold on. There's one game I wanted to talk about.
Celtics.
No,
Magic.
the what do you call it? The Mavs. They had a game yesterday that I watched the ending on the plane before it took off, and that was like the same exact thing. Like it was kind of like bad calls and
You can't blame it on the bad calls. You know what it is? These prima donna players that they're so consumed with, oh my God, the guy fouled me. Go up like a man and try to score rather than flopping around like a child. You got Embiid is 7 foot tall. He weighs almost 300 pounds. He's flopping around like a ballerina.
and a fish.
If you ever watched a highlight reel, of Shaquille O'Neal,
He
Yes.
just dunked the ball.
you
all
ever
over.
see Shaquille O'Neal fall down to the ground like that?
I've only seen Shaq fall down once, and that was when he got into that fight with Barkley. But I haven't seen him fall.
Listen,
And when he
Shaq
fell down
would
on Celtics.
back, even when Shaq was skinny Shaq would just back dudes down and bully the hell out of them.
No, do you know Embiid and Jokic and Giannis? How like they're saying like, well, this is mainly Embiid and Giannis. Like, oh, they're so dominant. They would be getting killed by Shaq. Like especially Embiid, he'd be
I
getting
agree.
dunked on.
Listen,
And like Hakeem.
listen, Shaq is not shooting 3-pointers like Embiid,
It wasn't
but
him.
Shaq would have killed Embiid.
Shaq would have scored whenever he wanted to on Embiid.
So
He
would
would score whatever he
Elijah.
wanted to.
And
So
wait,
would
do you know
Elijah.
Jokic would be probably going back to Serbia on a horse right now if he
So Hakeem was
if
good.
Shaq dunked on him.
Hakeem can
Oh,
also
Hakeem
score.
was really good.
Yeah, Hakeem would have killed all
Listen,
those guys.
Guys, I know you don't understand this. The NBA stinks right now.
It does. I do understand.
And-
I love the NBA. It's my favorite. My favorite sport. I love all the guys. It's rigged.
They're just all ballerinas. It's not rigged. They're all
And
ballerinas.
No, wait. The NBA is not rigged. The NFL is.
And something else.
The
I have
NFL.
something else to say. Can I say something? Can I say something? I have something to say. Well, the NFL draft is coming up.
NFL draft is coming up.
I always feel like those guys in the draft have like the weirdest names ever.
Wow, that's a whole different story.
Someone was named Kool-Aid.
I did see that. I don't know if that's his real name, but they came up on ESPN as his first name being Kool-Aid. If that's his first name.
Imagine like
his-
being born and then your parents. Imagine like the doctor saying, "What are you going to name this precious child?" And they're like Kool-Aid.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. But I don't know any of the people in the draft because I don't really keep up on the
You don't
NFL
keep up.
or NCAA.
The only
but
sports I really keep up on is like the MLB, NBA, football. If we're playing games, not like the draft, but there's like the only 3 sports I really.
All right, guys, listen. We said this was going to be a short podcast. We've been at 50 minutes. I want to go around the horn real quick. What's one thing that you're going to accomplish by Sunday?
One thing I'm going to accomplish by Sunday is.
Do we have a baseball game? Then there's really no.
Just be a good person. Just be nice, fun.
Okay, you should be doing that every day. What's one thing that you want to accomplish?
I don't. All right, if we go to Carluccio's, not eat as fast as I do. Not eat as fast as I do.
That's not an accomplishment.
That is an accomplishment for me. You know how fast I eat?
My God.
All right, well,
Wait,
that's
What's one thing you want to accomplish, Frank?
I wanna.
You have 2 days of school, the weekend.
Can I do something I wanna do over the
Yeah,
weekend?
she has
Yes.
1 day of school.
And go to Dean's birthday party.
But you're already doing that. That's not an accomplishment. Here, I'll go. I want to score a wave.
We're not even going there.
Yes, we are.
We have to go to Dean's birthday party.
That's on Sunday.
Yeah.
Hey, that means Friday evening and Saturday.
We're only gonna be there for 1.5 days.
And wait,
Hold on.
Franco does 1 day of school. He's going to take her child.
Here's what it's going to sound like when I catch the wave. Ready? Here, I'm going to paddle. Here, I'm going to pop up. That was me popping up. Ooh, I'm in the barrel. And that's me. That's me getting crushed.
Wait, Dad, on my sports podcast, because just so you know, I'm going to have one coming up soon, all the sports latest things. And I'm going to have a button. I'm going to run this. And it's going to have one of those things. It's going to be cringe. I'm going to say, wait, stop. It's going to be like, no, it's going to be like, it's going to say, it's going to say
Someone
cringe.
sounds like a dork.
No, it's going to be like, okay. You're not going to be a part of it. You're going to get
Cool
jealous.
story,
Dude.
Yeah. All right, guys.
I am Franklin Wyckoff.
I'm Lincoln Wyckoff.
I'm dead.
Peace.
Peace out.
Peace out.